Let's go find Ga Ming. Hope everything goes well.
Chicos, chicas, ¿cómo están? ¿Qué os cuenta la vida? Aquí Vampire con un nuevo video para el canal. ¡Feliz Año del Dragón! ¡Woo! Y por supuesto lo celebramos haciendo lo que es el Rito de Linterna 2024. Y en esta ocasión estamos ya en el tercera parte, casi digo tercer día. En realidad esto se juega casi esperando 2 días de separación, pero yo estoy haciendo así de seguido porque puedo. Y la cosa es que tenemos que reunirnos ahora con Ga Ming, porque en el episodio anterior hemos ideado un plan junto a Shenhe, junto a Ganyu, junto a Xianyun, de cómo hacer que este concha su madre se amiste de nuevo con su familia, que es algo muy difícil de hacer, lo voy diciendo por experiencia propia. A ver, veamos, está por acá justamente enfrente de lo que es las tiendas que siempre andan vendedores ambulantes por estas épocas. Bueno, por lo menos en China, asumo. O el barrio chino.
Paimon sees you've certainly gotten an early start this morning. Who won this time? You the one buying dim sum again?
Hey, when you put it like that, it makes it sound like I'm always the one losing.
Ah, perfect, you're all here. There's an important commission I need your help with.
Alright, I've got the time. Where are the goods?
It's not just goods this time. I need you to escort a tea merchant and their wares from Chaoying Village to Liyue Harbor. A very important client has requested to meet with him.
Oh.
Sure. What's this merchant's address?
Here.
If the client's that important, then this must be a very crucial, very pressing commission, right?
Vale, ya entiendo cómo va el plan.
Of course, the sooner you complete it, the better. I would advise you to depart as soon as possible.
No hay problema.
Alright, don't work too hard now, Longjo. We'll set off then.
La vieja cometa vuelve a casa. Colores de primavera, parte 3. Y nos mandan de frente a empezar la escolta. Ve al lugar del encargo, me dice. Estamos otra vez en el Valle Xianyun. Se llama, ¿no? Valle Xianyun.
We're almost there. I'll take a rain check on that.
Me dan ganas de activar ese transporte, pero sé más adelante que cuando se complete esta misión, los puntos de pericia van a aumentar y allí sea cosa diferente.
Hello, you must be the tea merchant heading to Liyue Harbor. We're here to escort you.
Dad?
I knew it. I fucking knew it. Y ni siquiera me he spoileado.
Oh, so you're Ga Ming's father. It's nice to meet you.
Un placer conocerte, señor padre de Ga Ming. Ahora dígame usted, ¿alguna vez ha oído hablar de Hatsune Miku?
Just leave this delivery to him. Trust Paimon, he's got this in the bag. Ga Ming is super good at what he does. Everyone at the Secure Transport Agency says as much. Even the Ministry of Civil Affairs has nothing but good things to say about him.
Seems like you've made some sort of name for yourself at least.
The goods are all in order?
Yes, they're all here.
Then let's get going.
A very important client has asked for you by name. You kinda have to come with us. Paimon doesn't know how we would explain ourselves if you just didn't show up. Plus, you'd be missing out on a huge money-making opportunity.
Es básicamente víspera del Festival de la Luna. Vas a tener un montón de clientes y ganancias que vas a tener si es que tú estás en el lugar preciso, en el momento preciso, a la hora precisa.
I see. I suppose I will have to trouble you all to escort me, then. Let's go.
Trabaja como escolta junto con Ga Ming. Tenemos que ir justamente a la zona que está por allá a 1800 metros. Supongo que no tendré nada. No tengo esto. Punto de transporte. Ah, sí tengo. Tengo que ir hasta la posada Shenhe. Ya decía yo que tenía que caminar un montón para llegar hasta acá. Cosa que no pienso hacer, aunque si es que fuéramos escoltas con el mapa que tenemos acá, ¿Cómo coño llegamos a la posada Wanshun? Porque hay un fucking río por acá. O sea, sé que lo más lógico es ir por la canaleta, por justamente este pequeño río por acá hasta llegar a este punto de transporte, supongo. Y de ahí tomar otra vez un barco para llegar hasta acá. Y de ahí caminar por la ruta marcada aquí, que está justamente obvia en el mapa, y después volver por acá. Así es como teníamos que hacer, ¿no? Es que me parece raro. Más que nada por el hecho de que teníamos que pagar plata para que un barco nos lleve al otro lado de Liyue. Como sea, no han implementado la ruta de la cera en este juego, por lo que parece. Así que hay que hacer las cosas como Ruro. A la manera hardcore. Nada que no, que hay monstruos por aquí, ¿no? Hay que defenderse de todas maneras, hay que defenderse. Muy bien. Estamos acá en la posada Genshin, supongo que saldrá un poquito de tarde o por lo menos al mediodía.
We've been walking for so long.
No aplica conmigo.
How about we stop
Yo voy a
and
tomar un
rest
punto de
for a bit?
transporte. No iba a caminar todo eso.
I'm fine.
Ga Ming, don't you usually have some delicious snacks on you? Come on, bring them out so we can share them.
I'm fine. Thank you.
But the winter melon cake he gave us last time was so delicious. Have you ever tried it before, Mr. Ip?
Son buenos para la sangre.
Paimon,
Ta madre. Nosotros tratando de hacer una conversación amena y el Ga Ming como que no quiere nada de eso. He's not having any of it.
this place looks nice and open. Why don't you all rest here for a second?
Huh? What about you? You're not going to join us?
I'm not tired. I'll keep watch.
Guardia, a esta hora
Oh.
y sin comida. ¿Por qué?
Just let him go.
Okay, we'll just share amongst ourselves then. Did you know, Uncle Ip, that the flavor of these cakes changes depending on...
Halt! Who goes there?
It appears that one's movements were overly conspicuous.
Enough of your musings. Focus. Focus on the matter at hand. Present your exquisite ornaments at once.
Tu vieja,
Indeed, bring them forth readily and without protest.
la tuya por dos.
Ah! What do we do?
It seems as if these two are acting alone. It won't be difficult to subdue them, but they might have something else waiting in store for Dad. The best way to keep him safe is... leave this to me. I'll handle them.
Ok, Ga Ming, eres tú contra el mundo.
Traveler, Paimon, take my dad and the goods away from here.
No, Ga Ming. It's too dangerous.
This is what I do.
A thorny foe indeed. Let us depart and seek a target softer in blows and disposition.
¡Y no vuelvan!
Uh-uh. Don't think I'm gonna let you off so easily.
Vamos, Ga Ming, atácalos.
Away! Let us away!
Ga Ming!
No dejes que escapen.
Don't worry, he's a great fighter.
Sí.
Paimon's even seen him take down a dozen or so treasure hoarders all by himself.
Ajá, y sabe muchas técnicas de artes marciales que, vamos, me quedo envidioso de él.
But, Ga Ming,
Estará bien.
if he had just stayed by my side and learned the family trade, he wouldn't have to put himself in such dangerous situations.
Aplicaría lo mismo si le hubieras dejado seguir su sueño de ser un danzante de dragones.
We just have to trust him. Let's go on ahead. We'd best get away from here, in case there are other bandits in the area waiting in ambush.
Ajá.
All is going to plan.
Era para traer más ladrones originales, pero estamos cortos de tiempo y de dinero.
We should be good to stop here. Yangli? Oh no, what is he doing here?
¡Adiós, Songli! Hay un cometa con forma de fantasmas en la casa que no dejan salir, pero no. No entiendo lo que pasan, me dicen que sí, pero no.
Good sir, please listen to me. Reel in your line and leave this place as quickly as you can. There are bandits in the area.
Improvisa nomás, improvisa.
Bandits? Acting in broad daylight?
En esta hora, en este lugar y específicamente justo al costado de ustedes.
Oh.
Tampoco exageres, Paimon, creo que ya lo entendió.
Ah, I see. It appears many people are catching a chill as of late. If your throat is bothering you, Paimon, perhaps some tea and rest are in order.
Songli, tu edad ya te hace parecer como si hubieras sufrido como 40 convulsiones en tu vida.
Nope, no need. Paimon's fine. She just, had some cake stuck in her throat.
Se dio cuenta y siguen fingiendo que no sabe nada o de verdad es que está perdiendo el cerebro. Seguro se está haciendo un rock ahorita,
If there are indeed bandits in the area, then we should inform the Millelith at once.
Cosa que tendría sentido, porque rock es roca en inglés, y como que este güey es geo, es para de todas las rocas, tiene sentido que él también se sabe las técnicas de este güey que solamente se mete en donde no lo llaman, pero aún así ha sido un elemento importante la actitud de Ra, aunque yo odio la actitud de Ra, pero supongo que este idiota también lo odiará. Él es más de los 80s y Sting cuando tenía su pintura de surfero. Nuestro escolta se está encargando del asunto.
Oh? Well, if that's the case, such matters are best left to those with the necessary expertise. Wouldn't you agree?
I suppose you're right. If ordinary people like us got involved, we would only cause more trouble.
Since we find ourselves otherwise unoccupied in this beautiful area, why don't we find a quiet place to relax while we wait for good news?
That would be lovely.
Songli. Volvamos al puesto de té para descansar, que mira, también tienen como lugares así para que uno pueda descansar en el camino. Es más o menos similar cuando yo estuve en Alemania y habían como parking lots que también tenían como sus mesitas al costado para que tú puedas descansar allí. Por lo general a la luz del sol más o menos. No sé si me dejo entender. O sea, sí, así más igualito. Acá pones tu auto y te vas acá a comer con la gente que estás llevando. Comer tú solo, depende. Qué bonitos recuerdos de mis viajes.
Uncle Ip does have a reason to be worried. After all, Ga Ming, the guard we mentioned, is his son.
Ajá.
Ga Ming. The name sounds somewhat familiar. Ah, yes. That is the name of the Wushu dancer who has been performing around Liyue Harbor recently, is it not?
¿Lo has visto?
Oh, have you seen him perform?
Actuar, por eso. A eso me refiero.
Indeed. I cannot help but admire his skill. He truly encapsulates the spirit of the Suani. Wushu dancing has become more well known in Liyue Harbor recently. However, although performers are seeing budding success, they have no doubt had to face many hurdles along the way. One's not so easily understood by spectators such as ourselves.
Sí, o sea, están llenando como que 900 asientos, pero no es nada comparado con la ópera que llena como 20,000 asientos o 40,000, qué sé yo.
If you ask me, what truly deserves admiration is perseverance in the face of adversity. That is a rare attribute indeed.
Eso, guárdenselo y anótenlo de manera inteligente en sus CVs. Eso vale bastante.
I have heard many of my acquaintances praise Ga Ming for his kind, selfless, and courageous disposition. To have a child so accomplished and upright, you must be a very proud parent indeed, Uncle Ip.
Jeep tak.
Seems like Zhang has decided to skip the formalities.
Well, he's a hard worker. Yes.
You should be sure to tell him you think that when he gets back.
Your son is young yet. It's normal for someone his age to be a bit hot-headed.
Lo hice por experiencia.
It's understandable to find talking about such things in person difficult. If there's a particular sentiment you wish to convey, perhaps we could pass it along for you.
No. It wouldn't be right to ask that of you. This thing between us has festered for many years now. In truth, there are some things that simply aren't easy for us to talk through. I've been in the tea business for most of my life, and I always hoped my child would do the same. Otherwise, how would he support himself? Over the past few years, I heard how well he was doing for himself as a guard. How his work was taking him to farther and farther off places. I also heard that he never gave up on wuxia dancing. It made me happy. But I was also worried. When you're young, you can handle all that physically taxing work and manual labor. What young person isn't capable of making a living that way? My concern is what happens when you get old.
Tiene sentido, pero el Zhongli ya es recontra anciano y todavía se puede hacer una voltereta, creo.
Every time I get to thinking like that, I cannot help but be reinforced in the belief that I was right. I often regret introducing him to wuxia dancing as a kid. If I had known how things would turn out, I would have never taken him to see those performances in the first place.
It is only natural for a parent to strive to send their child down the right path. No one would begrudge you that sentiment, Uncle Ip. You need not worry.
You seem quite young, Mr. Zhongli. Yet you speak with such wisdom. Perhaps I have misjudged your age.
Your words are too kind. Truth be told, one of my old friends has several grown daughters. Rather than fretting about their future, however, she prefers to let them find their own way.
Then she's more easygoing than I could ever be. I fear I lack such an open mind.
Lo cual sorprende teniendo en cuenta de que usted es un comerciante en primer lugar.
I meant to say earlier, there is no need to be so polite. Feel free to call me by my name, Ipdak.
Sure.
So, do you also think I fret too much, Mr. Zhongli?
Sí, a tal punto de que cualquier persona conoce tu caso y te rompería el cerebro en dos partes iguales.
That's not exactly what I was hoping to convey. Only a fool would ask a parent not to worry about their child. But think of it this way. Raising a child is not unlike flying a kite. Hold the string too tight, and it can no longer soar.
Vas a terminar ahogándolo si es que el hilo es demasiado tenso.
As my friend once said, if your children are aiming for the stars, clipping their wings will only cause them to come crashing down. You need to let out the line for a kite to soar.
It seems I was too stuck in my ways.
You need not reproach your heart for caring. You simply need to loosen your hold a little. Indeed, with such a big heart, why not allocate the time you usually spend worrying about Ga Ming to the pursuit of other things, like going for a stroll, drinking tea, or taking in the scenery? You never know what surprises could be in store. Things can change in the blink of an eye.
Por poco esa grulla se buguea.
The blink of an eye, you say? Do things change so quickly?
Sí.
Children grow up in quite the same way, do they not? Day after day, year after year, sometimes in the blink of an eye, but always when you least expect it. As a father, I'm sure you know that best.
Yes, you can say that again. One second, Ga Ming was a kid. The next thing I knew, he was ready to fly the nest.
Zhongli certainly has a way with words.
Speaking of...
Oh, Ga Ming is back! Hey, Ga Ming, we're over here!
Dad, Traveler, Paimon. Good, you're all here. Oh, and Mr. Zhongli from the Wangsheng funeral parlor?
A fated meeting indeed. We were just enjoying some pleasant conversation.
Is everything resolved?
Well, you could say that.
What does that mean?
Traveler, Paimon, come with me. I need to talk to you.
Ya no hay problema.
Oh, okay.
¿Qué sucedió, Ga Ming? ¿Le rompiste la madre a un par de
I'll
adeptos?
come right out and say it. Those two bandits, you sent them, didn't you?
¿Cómo?
So, that's how we're starting off?
A ver, Ga Ming, de estudiante de Wushu cinturón rojo a estudiante de Wushu, asumo que tú seas cinturón negro. ¿Cómo crees que yo voy a ser capaz de contratar a un par de imbéciles para que vayan a hacerte daño a ti o a tu padre? En todo caso, yo contrataría un ejército entero. ¿Tú crees?
Can't look me in the eye, huh? Guess I'm right then.
¿Cómo que mirarte en el ojo?
Okay, but how did you know?
At first, their mannerisms seemed a bit stilted. But once I got close, it was obvious that they possessed great skills. I was right on their tail, and it should have taken only a few steps to catch up to them, yet somehow, I was never able to close that distance. People with that level of skill would have gone about things differently from the start, like sneaking up on us while we were distracted. Unless, of course, their real motive was to lure me away from the group all along.
Wow, you're pretty quick on the uptake.
I just have a lot of experience. I've dealt with many a ruthless bandit in my time, but I've never seen ones like them.
Sí, esos eran muy imbéciles, por lo que parece.
In the end, I told them they would make good guards if they ever wanted to get back on the straight and narrow, and that they could hang out with me in Liyue Harbor anytime.
You ever consider you might be a little too good at making friends?
I'm guessing you guys were trying to help resolve things between my dad and me?
Sí.
I appreciate it, I really do. But this conflict between us has been going on for a long time. Even if those two were real bandits, and I was able to subdue them and show them what I was capable of, it wouldn't change anything. You've seen the way he talks to me.
It's not like that at all! Your dad really cares about you. You should see the way he talks about you when you're not around. Zhongli was talking things through with him, and he nearly agreed to let it go. You don't believe us?
Ver para creer, cree y verás.
He won't let it go. He can say as much as he wants to other people, but he won't talk to me. I'm certain of it.
¿Y tú? ¿Hablarías con él?
You told us you wanted to prove yourself to your dad. Why don't you tell him about all the hard work you've done these past few years?
Will that even do anything? I'm not sure talking is enough.
You won't know unless you try. Just like how you won't know if something is delicious unless you taste it.
Es mejor saber la respuesta en vez de quedarte con la duda.
Listen to us. It's time to put these people skills to good use. You can make friends with anyone, so why not your dad?
No pierdes nada por intentarlo.
I'll do my best.
You are very knowledgeable, Mr. Zhongli. I'm impressed. Despite my being in the tea industry for several decades, it seems I still have much to learn about the art of tea tasting.
You flatter me. It was nothing but a few humble musings.
How much tea have you drank since we've been gone?
Ni que fuera alcohol.
Ipdak and I have found many a common interest. Our friendship, much like a cup of tea, seems to grow stronger the longer it has to steep.
Well said, Mr. Zhongli. Ga Ming, Mr. Zhongli is very knowledgeable. You should take the opportunity to learn from people like him when you're in the city.
Huh? Oh, of course.
Ahem. Zhongli?
I have very much enjoyed our conversation, Ipdak, but I, unfortunately, have some unfinished funeral parlor business to attend to.
Oh, I hope I didn't keep you. My apologies for taking up so much of your time, Mr. Zhongli. No need to stay on my account. When you're less busy, let's find a time to meet. I'll treat you to dim sum.
It would be an honor.
Y se marchó, y su barco se llamó Libertad.
We'll see you off, Zhongli. You two have a nice chat, alright?
Y nos marchamos, y nuestro barco se llamó Libertad. Vayamos donde está Zhongli para conversar con él, que tenemos mucho que comentarle, en especial algunas ideas que tenemos en el futuro. O por lo menos yo tengo. Que ni siquiera son ideas, y tampoco son del futuro, ni
Thanks
tampoco
for
del
helping
presente y
us
pasado.
talk things through with Uncle Ip. Good thing you were able to pick up on what we were putting down.
Solo lo estoy diciendo por decir.
I have been around the both of you for some time now. You could say I have a certain level of expertise in that regard.
XP.
As for my role in the conversation, think nothing of it.
You never change, do you?
Absolutamente nada.
Why did you have us walk all this way? Paimon thought we just had to go far enough to be out of earshot.
A friend approaches.
Hello.
¡Chau! Entonces,
So, you're here too?
I've been here the whole time. A ghostly kite. Could that elusive Director Who be coming to Wangshu Inn once again? What is she doing here? I suppose it matters not. Given her relationship with Rex, well, Zhongli, I might as well go pay my respects. It's you. I thought you were Director Who.
Ah, your arrival is most fortuitous. Do you want to try out this new gadget? The addition of the power source makes the takeoff more stable. It's just that
He seems quite immersed in the study of this device.
I fear it's almost too stable. It completely negates the pleasure of seeing one's kite sway with the wind. It's a bit of a shame.
Todavía se mueve un poquito, así que tampoco es que se sacrifique bastante cariño humano.
In truth, I'm here because Director Who dispatched me to purchase some items in preparation for Lantern Rite.
I see. Much like she does every year. Much like she'll do next year, I would imagine. Am I wrong? Or has she once again sent you out to buy, what is it, sesame oil or something?
Para cremar a los muertos, supongo.
While we're on the subject, I do wonder why she is so obsessed with using sesame oil in the preparation of mixed vegetable dishes for Lantern Rite. A recommendation from Xiangling, perhaps. What do you think, Xiao?
Xiao, tú responde, yo no tengo nada.
I've only met Director Who a few times. I'm hardly the best person to ask.
Ya, entonces trataré de responder por ti. Como dije antes, cremación. Para eso quiere el aceite de sésamo. Para cremar.
Ah, and is that not a sign that you should visit Wangsheng Funeral Parlor more often? It wouldn't hurt to grace the parlor with your presence now and again, when you are otherwise unoccupied.
Song, ¿le estás tratando de emparejar a tu cría con tu jefa?
This one here is a traditional kite, one without any equipped mechanical device. Director Who tasked me with studying the differences between the two to determine which one is of greater merit. Many hands make light work. Perhaps you could test out the other kite for me?
All right. I have made my comparisons. If speed is what you're after, the mechanical kite is the better choice.
Wonderful. I shall pass that information along to Director Who. I'll leave these two kites with you. Perhaps you can find a few friends with which to partake in the activity.
Wait. Who enjoys kite flying?
Yo.
Well, I would imagine someone of your talent and wisdom is more than capable of finding out.
Alguien con tu ingenio. Eso le dolió en el alma a Xiao si es que todavía la tiene.
So, you were testing out the kites for Hu Tao and even roped Xiao into doing it for you? Paimon didn't ask earlier because the situation was awkward.
I would hardly say I roped Xiao into anything. I simply sought the help of a friend. Besides, we did the testing together.
Seems like our pool of competitors is growing.
La competición no importa ahora mismo, tenemos plot armor.
Do you like kite flying, Xiao?
I suppose I neither like nor dislike it. Although, watching a kite gradually ascend into the sky does bring me a certain peace of mind. Perhaps they're a bit like shell lanterns in that way.
Kite flying is also a pleasant form of relaxation.
No tiene nada que ver con lo del naro, pero es algo similar.
Have you ever thought about making a kite, Xiao? Cloud Retainer taught us how. We can teach you if you want.
There's no need. Menogius was the only yaksha among us who had an interest in matters of ornamentation and design. When Lantern Rite is over, come find me near Pervasi's temple if you have the time.
De acuerdo.
It's getting late. I should go inform Director Hu of our findings.
How's she been, by the way? Be sure to say hi to her for us.
The last time I spoke to her, she mentioned that she would be visiting Xiaoying village in a few days.
Aldea Xianyun en unos días. Ok, tal vez eso no sirva de nada, pero quién sabe.
If you have the time, perhaps you could also make the trip. If you happen to run into her, you can pass along your regards in person.
We'll keep that in mind. Take care, Zhongli. See you later.
See you next time.
Vamos, Zhongli.
Ga
Dad.
Ming,
You can go first.
I don't have anything to say.
Then I'll go. I still don't want to leave Liyue Harbor.
Oh. I can't say I support that decision, but... Hey, let me finish before you get all worked up.
Sit, Shenhe, sit. You must be tired from your journey. Shall I pour you a cup of tea, or would you prefer something else to drink?
Asegurándose de que el padre de Ga Ming no diga algo estúpido, caso contrario.
No need. I'm not tired. They're gone, Master.
Perfect. The time is nigh for us to make an appearance. Do you remember the plan one recounted to you?
Yes, Master. We aim to give them a demonstration of familial love. So I'll have whatever you are having.
All right.
What are Auntie Xianyun and Shenhe doing here? Just how many people are involved in this scheme?
Pobre Ga Ming.
I suppose all I can do is just take a seat and see what happens.
Perfect. I just so happen to have bought some Sunglow tea recently. It's quite the delectable variety. Or it would be if one has not been forced to drink it every day in the hopes of whittling down one's considerable stash. One has more than had one's fill already. Oh, forget it. Such thoughts detract from the present need to keep up the conversation. Has work been busy during the holiday season? Do you need my help with anything?
Drunk guests can sometimes cause trouble, but I deal with them as you taught me, by
Otra
pinning
vez
their heads
este
against the
este.
table.
Are Auntie Xianyun and Shenhe serious right now?
No.
Oh dear. While one was busy orchestrating this act, one seems to have forgotten about Shenhe's various eccentricities. What I meant to ask was, have you made any new friends? We live so far from each other, it would be a great comfort to me to know you were surrounded by good companions.
You already know of my past circumstances. Recently, I've been conversing with Guoba in the kitchen at night. Guoba can't talk, but his companionship is a comfort.
The poor child. Her one friend can't even talk.
Ta madre.
I guess maybe Ga Ming is not doing so bad after all. Perhaps I've been too hard on him.
Al menos está funcionando de mal ejemplo.
Let's move on, shall we? Do you have any plans for today, Shenhe? How about we do something fun?
That sounds about right. Take her to do something fun, and perhaps she'll loosen up a bit.
Like we used to do when we would carry stones up and down the mountain from dawn until dusk, picking herbs to eat for dinner along the way. If that is what you ask of me, then that is what I shall do.
Felicidades, casi lo matan.
Dad, here, have some tea. Or no, wait.
Rápido,
That's
Ga Ming,
not
actúa
happening just
rápido.
yet.
Actúa rápido. Tu padre está en su lecho de muerte.
I simply can't listen to that any longer. Ga Ming, I'd like to finish what I was trying to say before.
Sigue vivo, pero aún así, ha sido un muy buen intento, Xianyun y Shenhe.
I don't support your decision to stay in Liyue Harbor, because living there is too hard on you. If you come home, there will be people to help you. I'm not saying we have to live under the same roof. I know our personalities are too similar to avoid butting heads. But you'll have your entire family around you. Your aunts, uncles, they'll all do whatever they can to help. You could get a less taxing job, and we could grab dim sum together from time to time.
Huh. I didn't know dim sum was such an important affair, Master.
Shh. Just think about it, okay? You don't have to decide now.
Dad really has changed a lot. He would never have said these things to me before. But thank you, Dad.
It's been long enough, don't you think? Oh, Paimon sure hopes they've made up by now.
Por dos.
Oh, they're drinking tea in silence. That's not a good sign. Did Xianyun's plan not work after all?
No, Paimon, casi funcionó, en el sentido de casi matar a su padre, pero ha logrado algo, eso hay que darle créditos, solamente que ese algo no se ha logrado al 100%.
Hey, you two! Paimon's sorry we were gone for so long. We got to chatting with some friends and didn't realize how much time had passed.
Perfect timing, actually. We seem to be just about done here.
Yep, let's go. I'll get the bags.
Ga Ming has grown a lot taller, hasn't he?
Muy bien, vayamos a Luigi a entregar la mercancía. En serio, Shenhe, Cloud Retainer trataron de hacer lo posible, pero sus planes no fueron tan buenos que digamos. Asumo que cuando lleguemos ya estará todo de noche, o por lo menos se pondrá todo de noche, como diciendo de que ya se acerca la festividad principal. Bueno, eso es lo que asumo. Eso o atardecer. Ahí está Charlotte. Qué bueno, ahí está Charlotte. Justo para tomar la foto de familia se amista de nuevo, supongo. Todavía es de día.
You must be Mr. Ip. Thank you for coming all this way. My name is Charlotte, and I'm a reporter from Fontaine. You can find me writing for the Steambird. I invited you here not just to purchase your fine tea, but also with the hope that you might be willing to sit down for a short interview. What do you say?
Oportunidad de negocio, toma la oréjala.
An interview? To advertise my teas?
I suppose you could think of it that way. We Fontainians are big tea drinkers too.
The Fontaine Market. Then I'll need some time to adequately prepare. Perhaps we could sit down and discuss the questions you intend to ask in advance.
Of course, of course. Please follow me.
Is this person also involved in your plan?
¿Tú qué crees? Ella es el cliente importante.
And here I thought I had lots of connections. I suppose I've been humbled. You sure know all kinds of cool and important people.
Over here. Yoo-hoo! Over here!
Huh? But Auntie Xianyun?
She probably wants to talk about the next phase of the plan. Let's go while your dad is still distracted.
En serio, Xianyun, ¿no podría ser un poquito más desapercibida? Aunque creo que esa palabra no existe en tu vocabulario.
I take it that all is going well?
Don't worry, Xianyun. Everything is going according to plan.
I knew it. I knew that was all an act earlier. Auntie Xianyun is really something. She was so determined to help me. She didn't even care about making herself and Shenhe appear foolish in front of my family. She truly knows how to look out for others. I still have a lot to learn.
As for the next step...
Oh no!
¿Qué sucede?
What's wrong, Ga Ming?
Don't tell me you're the ones footing the bill for all that tea. I can't let you do that.
Fret not. reimbursements will be made.
Exactly. Think of it more as an investment, as Ningguang would say.
Inversión a largo plazo, una palabra que asusta a un montón de gente que juega este juego.
We pulled together the Mora so that Charlotte could place the order. She's gonna bring it back to the Steambird as a gift, as well as a sample of the regional specialty. Fontanians will probably fall in love with your dad's tea as soon as they lay their eyes on Charlotte's article. And once all the money from the new orders begin to roll in, getting our Mora back will be a piece of cake.
Ryotes le iba literalmente a salvar el negocio del padre de Ga Ming.
Oh, okay.
Vaya oración que me he creado ahí.
Business-related matters always seem to go over my head, but I refuse to let you all lose more on my behalf. I'll pay you back right now.
We can talk about such matters at a later date. There are more important matters for you to consider at the moment, are there not?
Yes. I've been thinking about it the whole way here. I have an idea, but I'd hate to cause even more trouble for all of you.
That is for us to decide.
Yeah, we're all friends here. Plus, we wouldn't be here if we didn't want to help, right? Just tell us about this idea of yours.
Okay. So, it's like this.
Got it. Just leave it to us.
No es tan complicado como
Let's
pensé.
make it happen. We need to do those things we talked about, but we also still have the kite flying competition.
Creo que se puede hacer ambas cosas al mismo tiempo.
Since Xiao already tested out those kites for us, why don't we also go buy one of those mechanical thingamabobs or whatever they're called? We can attach it to our kite.
Por la velocidad, claro. Muy bien, vayamos al puesto de cometas. Tenemos que comprar una de esas cosas, hacer la extirpación, ingeniería inversa y colocarla en nuestra cometa y así ganar la competencia. Aunque ya tenemos ganada por ser protagonistas, pero no importa, hay que presumir, hay que hacer las cosas bien. Caso contrario, ¿de qué sirve que te regalen todo?
Welcome back. I see you returned from your trip. I really do have to thank you for all your help from before. Thanks to you, my daughter was able to build a kite with her grandmother that very same day. She even wrote a long letter telling me how much she loved it.
¡Qué bien!
Oh, you should really be thanking Ga Ming, not us.
Que esos recuerdos tendrán mayor peso en el futuro.
I'll be sure to. And are you here to buy a kite? Please, take your pick.
Oh, we already have a kite. We wanted to buy one of those, device thingies from Fontaine. Do you sell them separately?
Paimon, así no se pide. Simplemente compra una cometa y de ahí lo estirpamos.
Yes. Here you go. Please, take it, free of charge. The directions are in the box. It's not hard to install at all.
O también podemos pedirlo por separado y que nos lo den gratis porque somos protagonistas. Claro. También eso puede servir, también puede servir.
It doesn't feel right for us to just take it.
Eso me pasa por no ir en Paruro.
Well, nor would it feel right for me to take your Mora. Good luck in the kite flying competition.
All right then, thank you. Phew, it's done. Let's get down to business.
A la competición de cometas. Iré a ayudar a Ga Ming.
Looks like we finished everything we needed to do. Let's find a good place and put this thing into the... Chi-Chi, we're almost there. Okay.
Come here, allow me.
The lantern rite is as festive as ever.
Huh? Oh, what's going on?
Did something happen? What should we do? Oh, should we get the Millilith?
What's that? taken that many pictures already? I need to load more film.
Wait, the wind.
Oh my gosh! Mommy, I want a big kite like that too! Do you see that kite way out in front? It's so beautiful!
Happy Lantern Rite.
Happy Lantern Rite!
Feliz Año del Dragón. En serio.
Ga Ming's performance was so cool, Paimon almost wanted to join in. You saw that, right, Traveler? Let's go find him. Oh, he's over there, talking to his dad.
Qué bonito. Qué bonita presentación. En especial por el hecho de que ya lo explicaré en el siguiente episodio, porque creo que con lo que voy a avanzar más adelante no me alcanzará el tiempo, pero tiene un gran significado lo que acabo de ver, en especial con la danza de dragones, que es algo que está muy ligado a mí, de alguna u otra manera. Pero ya que terminemos con esto, con un final bien chido.
I think I'll head off now, if that's okay.
Thank you, little girl. Do you want us to walk you back?
No need, no need. Master is waiting for me right over there.
Son. I suppose I'll go first this time.
Okay.
Your performance. I've seen many wushou dances in my time, but I've gotta admit, what you pulled off there was breathtaking.
Lo mismo digo.
Wow. I never thought I'd live to hear you say that.
You're serious about doing this professionally?
Absolutely. I know it'll be difficult, but...
Then it doesn't matter. What I mean to say is, of course it'll be difficult. But if that's your decision, if that's your dream, then it doesn't matter how difficult it is. Really, when I was young, I also... Actually, how about we save that story of my past for another time? All I really want to say is, I've changed my mind. And much like this kite, you also deserve to soar to new heights.
Dad.
Son.
Son? Haven't heard that in a while.
Lo acaba de decir hace como unos segundos cuando tú le dijiste padre y él te dijo al mismo tiempo.
I bet you're wondering what's gotten into me saying all this.
Well, a little bit, yeah.
Anyway, I know I've never found the chance to say this before, but to me, Ga Ming, you've always been a great kid. All right, that's everything I've got. Did you have something you wanted to say, or...
Seeing the two of them talk things through like this really gives Paimon a sense of accomplishment.
Y todo gracias al poder del guión y también el año nuevo del dragón y el rito de la linterna igual.
Now go. Over there. Your friends are still waiting for you.
But you came all this way.
I'll be staying in Liyue Harbor for a bit longer. When you have time, we can grab dim sum together. Your treat, right?
Dad, honestly.
Go.
Okay, then I'm off.
That's quite the smile you've got there, Ga Ming.
Me alegra que los asuntos con tu familia se hayan resuelto.
Really?
De parte de alguien que también tuvo que lidiar con casi lo mismo, entiendo.
It's nothing to be embarrassed about.
¿Y hay algo que quieras hacer ahora? Quiero decirte que tengo un proyecto de una nueva facción, un nuevo equipo, de los que pueden unirse.
I'd like to find and thank Auntie Xianyun, as well as everyone else who's helped me out.
Sí, eso también sirve.
If everyone has time, maybe we could all get together and go fly a kite.
La vieja cometa vuelve a casa, misión completada. Y con eso termina el rito de la linterna hecho para el año 2024 por el Año del Dragón. ¿Qué decir? ¿Qué decir? Me ha gustado bastante lo que es la misión. Creo que es la segunda mejor rito de la linterna en general. Pero eso lo estoy diciendo de manera basada, porque como dije antes, tengo bastante conexión con lo que es la danza de dragones, ya que yo antes practicaba Wushu en la primaria y participaba en esos torneos de Wushu, entrenamiento y todo lo demás, exámenes y todo eso. Ya pues, sí, siempre habían esas weas de danza de dragones en algunos torneos específicos y era bonito verlos hacer sus huevadas. Y también el hecho de que mi colegio también como que celebraba, bueno, no celebrábamos, sino traíamos el Año Nuevo Chino al barrio. Porque hacíamos como nuestro festival por el aniversario y traíamos esas clases de weas de dragones en nuestro pasacalle que hacíamos tradicionalmente. Eran épocas bonitas que entraré en más detalle en el siguiente episodio, porque este episodio ya lo voy a terminar, ya que creo que no me va a dar tiempo para hablar de los banners actuales. Eso ya lo haré en el siguiente, donde no solamente hablaré de los banners actuales, haré la tirada correspondiente, sino también vamos a hacer los minijuegos correspondientes. Y qué decirles un poco con el tema de la familia. Sus familias se preocupan por ustedes, ¿ok? Aunque no lo quieran admitir, se preocupan por ustedes y solamente quieren lo mejor. Y tal vez lo mejor para ellos sea muy diferente a lo que tú consideres lo mejor para ti. Ya que son culturas diferentes, son maneras de pensar diferentes. Siempre va a suceder eso en familias. Si es que tú tienes problemas con tu familia, lo mejor es hablarlo. Y si ves que no hay punto de retorno, si es que tu familia no te quiere, no confía en ti o te está manipulando para que se cumplan sus aspiraciones en vez de las aspiraciones tuyas, lo mejor es salir de allí. Creo que es lo mejor que puedo sacar de todo lo que hemos aprendido de este rito de las linternas, de esta misión que me ha encantado bastante, me ha gustado bastante, aunque por lo que veo no le ha gustado mucho a la gente que ha estado bastante pendiente de los leaks, ya que habían dicho que habría interacción entre personajes mucho más profunda en comparación a lo que Charlotte ha estado interactuando con algunos personajes acá de Luigi. Y con algunos personajes me refiero solamente a Kekin y un NPC, y tal vez Ga Ming, pero a lo que me refiero es que es otra cosa que quiero decirles, y no tiene nada que ver con lo que ha enseñado este rito de la linterna. Y es que absolutamente nada está confirmado hasta que la empresa suelte la gráfica oficial o el hecho suceda. Así que tampoco es que se vayan a estar haciendo bastantes fantasy bookings y todo lo que eso conlleve. Porque si te generas muchas expectativas, terminarás decepcionado o simplemente quejándote por algo que en ningún momento se ha confirmado que iba a ser verdad. Solamente todo se basa en especulaciones y en la era post-verdad es muy fácil creerse las mentiras de la gente. Por algo es que no confío bastante en los periodistas. Pero sí, Rito de la Linterna 2024 me ha gustado bastante. Espero que todos pasen un bonito Año del Dragón, que sea un año en donde todos terminemos nuestras historias y que no venga alguien a fastidiarnos la historia. Así que con eso no tengo nada más que decir. Si os ha gustado pueden darle like, compartirlo con un amigo que sea fanático de estas celebraciones. Y nada más que decir. Hasta aquí Vampire. Y nos veremos en el siguiente video.